G'day guys, Pete here from Clinic Mastery. Let's talk Google Ads. Now, yesterday I presented at the APA conference here in Perth, and the thing that I was talking about with the attendees was Google Ads and specifically how to make these work because a lot of people will do Google Ads for their clinic, for their business, whatever it may be, and it ends up being like a pseudo GoFundMe account for Google. Now, I did a little research, and it turns out the founders of Google are not doing too badly. So we probably don't need to be donating any more money to their cause. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're investing in Google Ads and not using it as a GoFundMe for Larry Page and Sergey Brin. So what does that actually look like? I'll tell you in just a second, but before we do that, please make sure that you like this video, you leave a comment if you can, and you subscribe because it helps us to reach more people and to create a bigger impact. But let's jump back now into talking about Google Ads. Now, if we're talking about Google Ads, we have to talk about referrals, okay? Because it's a referral of a new client from Google. And any new client coming in, we want to think of some kind of referral. Where is it coming from? Okay. Now, I've got some notes in the background here. So if you see me looking away from the camera, I do have a few things written down to make sure I don't miss anything. But we do need to talk through the hierarchy, I would call it, of new clients. Now, word of mouth referrals, I would say sits top for me anyway, personally. Everyone's going to be slightly different here, but play along with me at home. So create your own hierarchy of new clients. So word of mouth referrals sits top. Why does this sit top for me? The reason it sits top is because if we do a fantastic job with the clients that we have, they refer in their friends and family. And how much does that cost us? Nothing. And I would also argue that there's a transfer of trust in that process. So what it means is if someone refers in their friend or family member, there is a transfer of trust from the referrer to the referral. So when that person comes in, they already believe that your brand, your company, your clinic is going to be able to help them. They already have some form of trust for you. They're more likely, I would say, to see out the treatment plan. And then referrals from healthcare professionals and referrals from non-healthcare referral partners. And again, there's a transfer of trust here. Someone's putting their name on it and saying these guys are the guys to see for XYZ, whatever it may be. Then I'd say we have Google, Bing, Yahoo, organic search. So you're not paying for those results. Or you could be if you're doing SEO, I guess, but you're not technically paying for those results and they're coming in after finding you on Google. Then I would finally say we have Google paid ads. And Google paid ads can be a bit hit and miss at times. I'm sure you've found that. You can have some fantastic clients come from it. You can also have some not so fantastic clients. You get that everywhere, but I'd say it's more often in Google paid ads than it is from a word of mouth referral. Next up, I'd say Instagram and Facebook ads. I'd say you get a little bit more challenging or clients who just come from one session or don't even rock up to their first session there. And then finally, down the bottom, I say Medicare EPC referrals who rock up and they've been told by the GP that they just get 5 free sessions. Again, it probably sits down the bottom for me. So that's the hierarchy of new clients that I'm thinking of. So when we're thinking of Google Ads, it shouldn't be our number one priority, but it should form part of a marketing plan if we need to systemize and get more referrals. Now, there's a few things to consider when we are doing Google Ads, and it's marketing messaging is really important here. We have to understand who is our ideal client avatar because we need specificity in our ad copy. So what we need to do is we need to have the right keywords. We need to understand who are we helping, what are they likely to Google, is there search volume around those keywords, right? Can we really understand what that is? And then can we write our ad copy, so our Google ads to match those keywords? It has to match well to increase our click-through rate. And then we need them to land on our site. And our site needs to be reasonably relevant to the keywords and to the ad copy that we had. And then ideally, we have a way to track this as best as possible. Not always 100% doable, but we do our best to track this. So that is what the Google ad process should look like. And where a lot of people go wrong is they're not clear enough on their ideal client avatar. So if you're playing along at home right now, get clear on your ideal client avatar and what is it that you think they're going to do? What are they going to Google when they're looking to solve their problem? What is the language that they're going to use? Now, it was the APA, so yesterday, sorry, that I presented at, and we talked about people who have back pain. Now, as physiotherapists, we typically don't want to say things like slip disc, etc. But if that's what someone's going to Google, then as a potential keyword, we may want to include that. And we may want to include that language in our ads. Now, we have to reconcile how that fits within our brand message, but we need to speak in their language so that they know that we're talking about the problem that they have. And you may have heard me say this before, but when you can articulate a person's problem better than they can, They unconsciously and automatically credit you with knowing the solution. It's a quote by Wyatt Woodsmore. And what that means is that in our marketing messaging, we need to make sure that we're clearly showing them that we understand the problem they're going through and not just so focused on the solution because they may not know what the best solution is. What people know is they know this is my problem and I want to get rid of it. And I don't really know always how to get rid of it or what's the best way to get rid of it. Or should I see a physio, a chiro, an osteo, a myo, a remedial massage therapist, a podiatrist, whatever it may be. I don't know who to see, but this is my problem. And when you can really clearly talk to them with the problem they're having so that they feel like, wow, these guys have never met me, they know this problem on a deep level. You might be talking about someone who has had back pain, and you might talk about waking up at 4 a.m. and the back pain's flared up. You might talk about those first steps in the morning. You might talk about that fear that they have after the pain has reasonably subsided, that fear of it coming back, the anxiousness, the apprehension that comes with certain exercises, certain activities. You might talk about getting in and out of a car, like specific things where you're pretty sure they're going to feel this. If you can point those out and you can show them that you understand them, that creates very powerful messaging for your ad. And when I look at a lot of Google ads, and I look at a lot of Google ads, I'm not a fun person to hang around on Saturday night. I look at a lot of Google ads, right? What I find is a lot of them just look like very generic AI generated because Google will do the AI generation. It just looks very generic, best physio, best this, best that, you know, back pain, insert suburb, whatever it may be. And it really doesn't seem like it's going to catch someone's attention, capture them, and take them on a bit of a story, a bit of a journey. And I think we're losing a lot of the opportunity here to make people click through onto the ads. And so that's something to keep in mind for the ads, but then also for where they land on your website. And when they are on your website, let's say it's a back pain page, how are you talking to these things? How are you showing people that you understand what they're going through? Because often what we do is we focus so much on what we do and we look at the features versus the benefits. And as professionals, we often focus on the features because we're very proud of them. We're very proud of what we do, what we know, and how we do it. But the person coming to see us doesn't really care about that. They just want the benefits. They want the pain to be gone. They want to be playing with their kids. They want to return to sport. They want to return to work, whatever it may be. But they want the benefits. They don't care about the features. Some people might, but the majority, they just want the benefits. So keep that in mind and think about it from start to finish. What are the keywords? How are we writing the ad copy to show people that we understand them? And do the pages that they land on our website back that up so that we can convert them into clients? And what is the language that we're using? Do clients understand that? Are we discussing the problem or are we doing the symptom of the problem so that people understand that we understand where they are? I said understand a few times there. But that's really what we need to be doing. And when I see Google Ads campaigns that don't work, typically they're not specific enough. They're not showing people that we really understand what they're going through. And that's not to say general campaigns can't work. In fact, with location campaigns, they can work reasonably well. But it's looking at how can we be more specific to improve our chances of getting that conversion. Because each person that comes in from a Google ad, think of it like this: each patient can become a referrer for you, a word of mouth referral partner. If you focused in your clinic on how to turn every single patient into 3 patients, you'd be able to grow your clinic immensely. And I think sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we forget that when we first started out as clinic owners, we often didn't run Google ads or Facebook ads or anything like that. We didn't have the money. It was just us as a sole trader. So what did we do? We just cared a little bit more about every single patient that came in. We worked a little bit harder with each of them. We showed them that we were invested in their success. And what did they do? They referred in their friends and family. And we typically, most clinic owners grew in those early days purely on word of mouth. So, how can we be doing the digital stuff now, but getting our team to treat our patients in the same way that we did early on? That, my friends, is the recipe to a very successful business. I hope you've learned something here. If you'd like to reach out to us and talk about Clinic Mastery running your Google Ads, we have a done for you Google Ads service. Please just contact me at peter@clinicmastery.com. Just write Google Ads in the subject line. I'll know what you're talking about and we'll have a chat. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Bye for now.